Welcome to the channel. This is Go Gretty, and welcome to the 2022-2023 Gran Turismo World Series Exhibition Season 3, round number 4. Tonight we're in the Group 4 cars at Dragon Trail Seaside, and this may be a good opportunity for me to finally land on the podium in a top split race and possibly even get 300 points. Can I do it? Well, you gotta stick around and find out. All right, lobby opens up. It is a solid lobby, so points are on the table. I just got to do something good to get them. How many points do I need? Well, there I am in P2 for Ford, so I need to stay up there. So I'd like something in the 300s, if at all possible. I need that 300 score in manufacturing so bad. And on the friends list, I'm P4 behind Hemi twice, so hopefully I can get in front of one of these Hemi drivers here, maybe move up into the podium position on my friends list. We'll see. But to do that, as you know, got to qualify well. Look at there. We got 300 points all the way through 4th place, so let's get out there and get it done. All right, so as I cross the line at the end of my first hot lap, I get a 144.731. It's pretty good, but I'm going to start dropping down the list here, so I know I got to put in a better lap. Going to get on the brakes right here at the start of the curve and going to try and get on the throttle early right there, right at the apex. Want to get on that throttle early, carry the speed, planted throttle all the way through these S's out the other end. Here you're going to keep it flat as you come through this fast right hand. I'm going to cut it here to try and shave off a 1/10 of a second, or maybe a little bit less, but close enough. Getting on the brakes, try to carry the speed through the corner. I take 3rd gear on the way out to try and carry as much momentum out of that corner as possible. Then we're going to get over here to the right-hand side. We're not going to give it full brake pedal. We're just going to go pop a brake, get the car to rotate, get it down the inside. I hold 107, get back on the throttle. Would like to be in a 108, 109 area, but still not too bad. You know, as the revs come up, I get into 5th gear. The Mustang pulling hard up the hill, heading towards the right-hander, heading towards the death chicane. Well, that's where laps are made or broken. Get on the brakes there before the 100 board. Again, trying to hold about 58, 59 miles an hour through that right-hander. A couple miles an hour short there, but not too terrible. I had a stiff tailwind in this lobby, so I wasn't really sure how to deal with that in that section. Can I hold it flat through the death chicane to the floor? Go left, swing it back to the right, miss both walls by a hair. Get through there full throttle. I'm like, all right, this is a pretty decent lap. I don't know what it's going to look like when I cross the line. Brake balance to 0. Going to mash the pedal here right before the curb. I'm going to sling it down to the inside. Try and get to the curb. Just missed my apex by about 1.5 feet. That's a little wider than I want to be, so I know my exit speed's not going to be perfect. We'll see what we do. Cross the line with a 144.6. I think it was a 6:53. Picked up a little bit of time, but do not pick up any positions. End up in Q6 to start the race. So I got a little bit of work to do if I want to get those 300 points. If you remember, 1st through 4th, 300 points were available to me. I haven't cracked the 300 points yet in the manufacturing season. It just has not worked out for me. But fingers crossed, can try and get it done here. Hopefully with a little luck from the death chicane, maybe we can get it done. Let's get the 3, 2, 1. Heading off. I'm behind Kamado Reptile. He is in the Mercedes, and I am making a good run on the back of that Merc. The Mustang, pretty quick in that mid-speed range acceleration, so I do catch up to him. He blocks the inside line, which was fine. I wasn't going to send it on right there anyway. I'm trying to feel out what tires everyone is on. It's really hard to tell through here because when the tires are cold, they all kind of act the same. But where you really notice is when you start going up the S-curves. That's when you can really tell what tires people are on, because they can't hold the speed that you can in the S's if you're on the softs. Now, there are 2 strategies to this race. It is the soft 1-stop or the hard no-stop. I'm choosing the soft 1-stop because I made less mistakes on the softs. A little bit of bump there from Kamado on the Supra. Now as we go to start the S's, you see the front group starting to pull ahead, and we are easily getting by Nico here, as he is definitely on the hards. They both go wide left, and I'm not really sure how I can't hang it around the outside there. Too much of a chance to get knocked off track, so I have to try and get the undercut, the cutback, but unfortunately I tap Nico's rear bumper as I do that, giving him the momentum he needs to stay with Kamado and block the inside to me. Get on the brakes early. Going to try the cutback again. Just a slight tap there on Nico's bumper. Got the power down with the soft tires. He's not able to get on the throttle as soon as I can. Now I'm going to keep him wide here as we go in towards the death chicane to make sure he doesn't try and go side by side through the death chicane. A little bit of lift there because I'm in the slipstream of Kamado Reptile, and he loses it, and he comes out of the death chicane. Get a Gretty pass up into P4. up into the 300 points placement, but it's only lap 1. I have to hold this spot for 11 more laps. Now, like I mentioned, there is the soft tire strategy and the hard tire strategy. Now, you can go into the pits. You can start on hard tires, go in the pits now, finish the race on hards. Now, if you look up here to the right, you'll see 2 people in the pits. I did not notice that during the race. They have gone in on the hards. They're switching over to the softs. The other way you can do it is you can run softs for 11 laps, then go in at the end of the 11th lap, put on your hard tires, finish out the race, or you can just do a no stop on the hards. I found the hard no stop and the soft one stop to be nearly an identical time. But when I tried to start with the hards and pit and then come out and work my way back up through the field, I was losing time trying to work my way back up through the field. So I figured I'm just going to send it out here on the softs, break away as far as I can, and hope for the best. Now, I understand that putting those hards on first, you get to unload some fuel from the car. It's going to make the car lighter, less tire wear, a little bit better chance for better time. So I understand the strategy behind it. I thought about doing it, but it just didn't seem to work out for me in the practice lobbies. Knowing that I'm have a higher propensity to make mistakes on the hard tires than I do with the soft tires, I decided to go ahead and start on the softs, try and pull away from the traffic, stay out of trouble, and hopefully do well. So far, it's looking pretty good for me. Now as I come through the death chicane, lift the right tire as I go over the curb, get into the wall, but luckily for me, Deal Racer also gets into the wall, so I am picking up time on Deal Racer as we head towards the right-hander and the long front straightaway here at Dragon Trail Seaside. Now as we get onto the straight, I'm still not quite in the slipstream yet. I'm about 1.1 seconds behind him, but I'm starting to pull in that Mustang with really good top end, pulling in on Deal Racer. He wiggles it a little bit going through the turn 1 chicane. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'm in his head a little bit here. Pulling in on his rear bumper as we go in to this tight 90-degree right-hander uphill. I'm just trying to slowly and gradually pull in closer and closer to him, using his slipstream, braking a little early, trying to get on the gas, knowing that I don't need to make a mistake because I now don't have to worry about pushing through the same amount of air that he does. So into 4th, coming up the hill. I'm about 8/10 behind. I'm going to go into 5th here shortly. There we go, into 5th gear. I'm still about 8/10 back, waiting for the Mustang to start getting those legs out, start to pull in on P3, heading towards right-hander. Now I'm starting to gain a little bit of time on, but now I got to get on the brakes here into the right-hander. So maybe a little bit too cautious there as I was going through the second sector here at Dragon Trail Seaside. But I'm still in the slipstream, need a good death chicane to pull onto that back bumper, apply the pressure, come down the inside. I'm going through there really nice, but he goes wide, hits the wall, and spins out. Get another Gretty pass. Now I'm into P3. If I can hold this position through the next 9 laps, I can be well within or well above 300 points. I think P3 was like 327 points. So I'm licking my chops here. I'm like, I don't know who was on the hards back there. Everyone seemed to be on the softs that were behind me. So here at the halfway point, lap number 6, I looked there, I got a big gap building between me and P4, P5 kind of area, but I know that they were on the softs by the way they were racing me at the beginning of the race. Now you remember those early stoppers, they're having to try and make their way up through this traffic, and I've got 7.8 seconds to Belisi behind me. So I'm like, okay, I've got 6.5 laps to go. He's 7.5 seconds behind me. I don't think anyone can catch me with the hard tires because they're just too far back this early in the race. So on to the death chicane here on lap 6. I decided to trade a little bit of time for life as I go through the death chicane. You see there on lap 6, make it through there with a little bit of a lift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just doing a little bit more lifting in the death chicane to let the front end settle. So when I transfer the weight back to the right-hand side, I can get on the gas and not die coming through the chicane. Now, I got a 7.7 second lead, so I can trade away almost a second a lap. So here on lap 7, I survive once again. Pretty good death chicane right there. Lap number 8, lift. You see I'm lifting there, get back on the throttle. There we go, coming out looking good. 5.7 seconds to P4. Now on to lap number 9. Again, negotiate the death chicane rather well. 5.1 seconds. Now look together, 4.4 seconds with a lap to go. Plenty of time. I'm looking good for a podium in the top split first slot race here at Dragon Trail Seaside. And I got to tell you, my heart is just pounding. I'm so excited. 300 points and a podium at DTS. All I got to do is hold on to it one more lap. I'm going to pull it in really tight right here. Make sure I don't cross the pit line. Get that 3-second penalty. Don't want that. That would ruin everything. Go into the pits. I'm like, come on, come on. Okay, hard tires. All right, don't mess up. Don't refuel here. I was taking my time, pushing those buttons. I didn't want anything to happen. The factory team comes out. They're crouched, poised, and ready to slap on the new tires. So I come into the pits, park the old gritty machine right there, the Ford Mustang GT. Group 4 car. We slap on the beautiful pink wheels, and we are heading back out on the racetrack. And as I'm coming out the pit lane, I say, oh, NZ to the power 5 goes flying on by. I'm like, where did he come from? Where did NZ come from? And plus, I hadn't seen NZ in a while. I hadn't raced him in a while. It was good to see him again, but I didn't want to see him there whizzing by me as I came out of the pit lane. So NZ pitting early on the hard to soft combo, coming through traffic and going by. He's on the soft tires. I'm not going to catch him, but I do have to negotiate the dash chicane one more time to get my P4. I got Belisi behind me. I go through without a problem. He's 1.9 seconds back. He comes through the dash chicane, must have made contact with the wall. He starts to drop back in time. One more corner to get the 300 points that I've been searching for in the manufacturer's season. Go through the last right-hander. I do not want to spin out on the curb here. I keep it nice and tight coming out of the last corner. Down the final straight. Didn't get the podium, but I did lock in the 300 points. There it is. Fireworks off O'Grady in 4th place at Dragon Trail Seaside. Look at that. Getting a clap from the factory team there. Giving the all thumbs up. Little fist pump. Moved up 2 spots. And there it is, folks. 307 points in the manufacturer's season. Yeah. So let's take a quick look at what that means in terms of the final standings right here. Put down a first for Louisiana, 31st in North America, liked that, well within the top 50. Then was able to get a 4th for Ford in my manufacturing, so able to hang on to that top 5 as Myth Will and Spartan Belisi with really good last rounds there to bring up their ranks. Then finished 6th on the friends list, but look at Hemi, number 1 on O'Grady's friends list there, so great job there, Hemi. Hope you enjoyed the exhibition season. Hope you enjoyed all the videos and races. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more for myself. Go Grady. Y'all have a great evening.